네, 이건입니다. 지금 비가 오고 있는데요. 토트넘과 첼시의 경기를 나흘 앞두고 토트넘의 NG 포스테코글루 감독 기자회견 가졌습니다. 기자회견 어떤 이야기들이 들어있는지, 손흥민 선수에 대한 이야기들이 있는지 한번 살펴보도록 하겠습니다.
Yeah, obviously a bit unusual because we've still got a few days before the game, but at this stage, sort of from last week, everyone sort of got through the game okay. Benny Davis, who came off at half time, still got a bit of a sort of ankle problem that he hasn't trained with the team yet, so he's kind of touch and go. Destiny, he's still working his way through it. We haven't ruled him out yet, so obviously we've still got 3 or 4 days up our sleeve, so it's probably 50-50 at this stage as to whether he'll be available, and everyone else is okay apart from sort of the long-term ones. Yeah, no, I'm not so much a dreamer. I'm very much in the reality of day to day, and what's important to us is, as I said, I thought we coped well with the challenge we had on the other night, but we know that there's another challenge for us Monday night, so looking beyond that doesn't really serve any purpose. Like I said, supporters, by all means, this is their football club, and they've got to enjoy their football club if things are going well, and it provides them with some hopes and dreams and aspirations, but my task is more sort of the mundane day-to-day. Yeah, it's just part of the challenge. And again, you can sort of list those games and you can sort of think about them collectively, or you can just concentrate on, the biggest challenge for us, which is Chelsea on Monday night. So all those kind of things take care of themselves if you deal with the kind of, like I said, the day-to-day process. And really important for us, I've emphasised to the players, we just stay in the present. It's for us, what's worked really well so far is that the players come in every day working hard, wanting to improve, and tackled every game, with a real strong mindset of trying to overcome whatever challenge we have. And there would be no one who's thinking beyond Monday night, because that's kind of our most important task right now. Yeah, we had a couple of days off, sort of straight after that game, and because obviously we had the short turnaround Monday to Friday, so we had a short turnaround between the games, so it made sense to give the lads a couple of days off, and they realise when you have a couple of days off, you work doubly hard when you're in, so they've had 3 fairly intensive days, so it's been a good week, opportunity for us to work on a few things, physically, tactically, and I've had a solid block of training, which is good for us. We want to sort of try and compensate for the fact that, we don't have a game, obviously midweek, because we're not in Europe, and obviously the Carabao Cup. And it's really important that we try and keep our players as fit as possible, not just the starters, because, obviously with our games midweek, a lot of guys aren't playing a lot, and we're going to need them. So we use that time to try and work as hard as we can in training to compensate for it. No, like I said, you don't use it as, it's the obvious barometer for how you're going, for sure. And we're in a good position. We obviously want to stay there, but it's not, it's not the driver of, like I said, where we are at the moment as a team, because for us, while we're building, kind of a way of playing, a way of training, a lot of new players being incorporated into where we are as a football club at the moment. Our mindset just needs to be on, like I said, tackling each challenge and really focusing on ourselves right now. Whatever the sort of table shows, it'll show, but the only influence we can have on it is by making sure that every game we tackle it.
Hostility or animosity towards Maurizio on Monday?
Jeez, that's a lot to take in, and thankfully those kind of days are well past me. I think your reference is to Maurizio, yeah? All right, so I'll try and get to that. Look, it's undoubted that he had an unbelievable impact on this football club. You know, as all of us, I guess, in our roles, that's our ultimate goal and ambition, is that, you know, whatever kind of doors we go through, that we make an impact. And he's had an undeniable impact on this football club. His time here, I mean, you know, he almost took the club to the ultimate summit of the Champions League, got close to the league. So his work is unquestioned. Everyone I speak to around here, there's still people who work with him, can't speak highly enough of him as a person, as a manager. So I doubt there'd be anything but respect, you know, for Maurizio from anyone at this football club, supporters or people associated with it. That doesn't mean he's going to get a guard of honour on Monday night, because we want to win, and I don't think he would expect that. But his tenure here and his impact here is undeniable, and I think will stand the test of time. That, you know, whenever people think of Maurizio and his time here as a Spurs manager, we'll only look upon it with respect and fondness.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm just getting over my ex, mate, and thinking about the future. Yeah. Well, it depends how you define it, mate. I think I've said before, I don't think, you know, we're all sort of, you know, unique in our own way. I don't think, you know, you can just sort of say that, you know, there's very two styles of football mimic one another. You know, Maurizio has his way of his team's playing. I have my ways. We both, I guess, from that point of view, yeah, want our teams to be sort of progressive and attacking in their approach. But, you know, it's I think there's a lot more nuance than just saying, you know, because, you know, two managers or two football clubs, you know, are kind of showing some of the characteristics that means they're alike. Look, it hasn't been sort of anything specific or predetermined. It's, you know, we've just changed the environment and changed sort of the way we train and the way we do things, and then it's up to the players themselves. It's as much their decision as mine as to whether they embrace that and take it on board. You know, I don't think there'd be any player who wouldn't take responsibility for what happened last year. It wouldn't just fall at the manager's steps, you know, and sort of manager's feet. It's you know, when you have a tough period, everyone, you know, what I found anyway is, you know, the real sort of strong people understand that they're just as culpable as anyone else, and the only way to change that is by, you know, changing, you know, and embracing whatever the new direction is. And, you know, whether there have been existing players and new players, everyone's, you know, all the staff, they've been prepared to do that, which means to me that they've, you know, accepted responsibility for what happened last year, and now, you know, understand that if we're going to have success, if we're going to be the team we wanted to be, they, you know, they've got to take their own share of that responsibility by, you know, buying into it. Was it the obvious one? You know, for me, it seemed to be the right choice. Some of these things are just about timing and, you know, where a group's at and where the individuals are at. And like I've said before, I've got a long history with Sonny, not directly, but, you know, I've been well aware of him as a footballer for a very long time because of the part of the world I come from. And, you know, I've always really liked the way he's carried himself for his club, for his national team, the way people speak about him. And working with him here, I had no doubt he had all the qualities to be an outstanding leader, whether that was as captain or as part of the leadership group. But, you know, I think, you know, particularly with Harry leaving, there was a massive void there, and both on and off the field in terms of presence. And I just thought Sonny was, you know, was a really, you know, good choice to fill that void, and I knew he would take it in the right way. And, you know, he's had great assistance from Guti Romero and Matters and other senior players within the group. And I think, you know, has it helped him with his game? I think it's well chronicled. You know, he had some issues last year physically that sort of hampered him, and I think he feels like he's in a good place. And you know, maybe the extra responsibility is added to that, you know, he's really enjoying his football and wants to make an impact.
Thank you.